on before it's page 328, and we will continue it, and hopefully you won't be too lost by the way I've done this. I really don't want to have to redo the whole last video. So anyway, we will continue with page 328 where it says, in the designer panel, click to select design CSS in the sources section and review the available selectors in the selectors session. So let's take a look at that. We will make sure that we are there, and we will see in the selectors that we have body H1, H2, P, feature selection with the paragraph itself and the footer. And then I am going to flip back to the section that was missed starting on page 329, and it says click to select the area where it says shopping H2. So I will click in the shopping H2, and then it says to go down and select the div tag just previous to it, which I did. And then what it wants us to do is in the document windows use the element display to apply the feature selection. So I'm going to go here, click on this, and type in feature selection, or start typing, and there it is, and I got that one in. I'm going to go down and do the same thing to entertainment. So dot and start typing feature and do feature selection and put it in. And then I'm going to go down to special events. Make sure I'm on the div tag and type. You know, I don't like the way the other one looked. I don't think I was selected on the div tag correctly. So let's undo edit. Let's make sure that we are on the H2 and select the div tag, and then add the dot feature selection. Yes, and that's correct. Click in special events, go down and click the div tag, then add the feature to it as well. And that way we have all of those. And now what we're going to do is go up and do a file and a save all. Now, I'm continuing with page 331, create new media queries. You saw that Bootstrap use media queries to define different width settings for columns and column divisions and in different displays. In this exercise, you can use the same technique to define different appearances for content in various display sizes. So that's what we are going to do next. So first thing we're going to do is use it to view the 5 different layouts. So we've got the littlest one up in the green area. Okay, then we have above 576 here, and then we have the 768 and the 992 and the 1200. So there is all of our different displays. Now what we're going to do is click on the CSS design in the related files bar so that it shows that code panel. And what we're going to do is we're going to go up here and locate the H1, and in the H1 area we are going to change that to 24 pixels. So highlight the 38 pixels and type in 24, and then we're going to locate the P selector, which is right down here, and change the font size to 14. And then we're going to go down to the feature selection with paragraph, which is right here, and we're going to change the font size to 13. So we will change the font size to 13 right there. Okay. And in CSS Designer panel, so let's go over and click on the CSS Designer panel and click somewhere to make sure it's not grayed out. Okay, what we are going to do is we're going to select the Design CSS, Then we're going to go down and click the Add Media Query button. Okay, so we'll click it open, and it opens up a dialog box that says Define Media Query. And in this Define Media Query, with the first condition set to Media Screen, which is where it is set, we are going to click until the plus, well, all you have to do is hover and you'll see the plus and minus buttons. What you're going to do is you're going to click the plus button to do a new media query. Okay, and in it, we're going to open the first menu and choose minimum width. So go minimum width. Hold on, let me mind. I got too many here. So, okay, so minimum, there's minimum height, minimum width, clear at the bottom. And then what we're going to do after we choose minimum width is in the attached field, we're going to type to the right 768 for pixels and hit the tab. And then what we're going to do is click OK to create that screen width right here. And in the code panel, we are going to place our insertion point at the opening curly bracket of the media query statement, which is going to be clear down at the bottom. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to, inside that curly brackets, hit the enter key, and we are going to type in what is on page 334 and create 3 new sources. So we are going to do H1 first and create curly brackets, and we are going to change the font size to 34 pixels and hit the semicolon, and then we need to make a new paragraph tag, so I'm going to click after that and type a P for paragraph and do opening brackets and hit enter, and we are going to do I wonder why that didn't tab in. Well, I'm going to tab it in so it matches. Okay, font size again. And you can just select out of the batch, and this time we're going to make it 16 pixels. And with a semicolon at the end, and that's the second row we've written. And then we're going to hit enter again. And we're going to do feature selection. So this is a class, so we put a period first. And there's feature selection showing up. Okay, we're going to do opening brackets after a space. And then we're going to do font size for this. And this one we are going to make 15 pixels with a semicolon. And you're going to see that we now have changed the font size to 34, the paragraph size to 16, and the feature selection to our 15 pixels. And if I go back and click on our CSS designer, and now what we're going to do is activate current mode, and in the lower section make sure the show set is checked. And what we're going to do now is in the selector section, we're going to scroll down, and okay, I see what's going on here. What I'm doing is I'm flipping back to page 313. So ignore after we have put in where I said to review the code. We're going to skip that and now go to page 335. Okay, now I am on page 335 and it says use this. Okay, so we're going to go back to live view and you can see that how it will react now. Okay, here's the smallest. Okay, then we go to this, we go to the 768. Okay, we go to the 920 and we go to the 1200 and we can see how each and every one of those change. Let's go up and do a file and a save all, and we will now continue to the next exercise. And we've already done the show and hide content in different layouts in the last video, so I will skip to creating CSS3 transitions in the next video. And thank you for the mess up and understanding about it, but that's what happens when your pages in your book are not in order. So anyway, sorry about that, but there's the section that we had missed.